Alright guys, RoKage here and welcome back to the brand new video. Here we are, Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade will be the topic. On today's video, it is time that we do Miguel review. I know many of you said that I'm pronouncing him incorrectly, so hopefully now it's good. Miguel. We're gonna check out the full review about this character, and as well we're gonna check out where he is in the JP character tier list, where he stands, at least in the wiki. I'll try him out, I'll probably even showcase him, etc., and then I'll give you my own opinion. But currently now we're gonna use the data from wiki, which is extremely correct in all cases, so there is no worries about that. Okay, so Miguel, he is blue typing, okay. We have stats, okay, we have characteristics, there is none of them. Skill 1 deals 122.6 melee taijutsu damage. Again, this percentage will increase with the level. Melee taijutsu damage to selected enemy. Depending on how much curse energy this character has when the skill is activated, additionally increased taijutsu damage by up to 40%. I see that all Zero movie characters have this way of producing bigger potential based on the cursed energy. Okay, well, look, max increase at 80 curse energy. That means it can go up to 40% bigger taijutsu damage. Skill 2 increases own taijutsu damage for 3 turns. Reduces damage received by 15.1, but again, if we look at level 10, it's 25%. At 3 turns, the higher own curse energy is when receiving an attack, the greater the original effect is by up to 60%. Again, max increase at 60 curse energy. So yeah, pure tank. Skill 3, I was correct when I was checking him out for the first time. Now skill 3 nullifies attack nullification status. That can be extremely helpful if someone from the enemies has that attack nullification. Deals 60% Jujutsu damage to selected enemy and attracts the selected enemy attack to self. Okay, nice. Decreases the value of 2 of the enemy's eligible buffs by 30%. Decrease those buffs' turn count by 1. Prioritize the most recent buffs and can be reused after 2 turns. Okay, extremely useful in the stages where enemies are constantly buffing. Miguel can actually do a wonderful job messing them up, okay? Plus ignoring that attack nullification. Plus he will attract the selected enemy attack. Not everyone, but selected. I believe this is where he's a little bit falling off, right? If he was attracting all enemies, it would be so much better. Ultimate, your opponent is me. Again, nullifies attack nullification status 1 time. Deals range jutsu damage to selected enemy 2 hits. Increases the selected enemy damage received by 25% for 1 turn. Decreases the value of 3 of the enemy's eligible buffs by 50%. Decrease those buffs' turn count by 2. Prioritize the most recent buffs. And again, he will deal melee taijutsu damage to selected enemy. The more own curse energy has, the greater damage boost, additionally up to 40%. Max increases at 80 curse energy. So what we can conclude, more curse energy you have on this guy, better potential you're gonna squeeze out, but mainly you're gonna use him as a tank, as a damage reduction character, right? The character that will be harder to kill. Plus he's the one who literally nullifies attack nullifications, which can be really helpful. He can also attract the selected enemy attack to self, so only 1 enemy for 1 turn. I believe this is the part where in future he might get buffed for sure. And mainly you're using him for decreasing the value of the enemy's eligible buff. Okay, so let's say opponent buff his attack by 100%. Then with skill 3, you can lower that buff pretty much and mess him up, decrease those buffs turn count as well. So if the enemy buffs for 3 turns, with this attack, it will be only for 2 turns. Plus he will do this, decrease the value of eligible buff by 30. Really useful unit, super interesting mechanic. Do I think he's game changing and game breaking and broken, not really, but a really good and valid tank. Let's have some fun. At the start of the battle, decrease own Jujutsu damage received by 15% and increase own Taijutsu damage by 20. With that curse energy as well, I believe he can squeeze a pretty decent amount of damage as a tank as well. But it's a lot of cases it's situational. He'll be shining more against the enemies who can do that attack nullification, and as well he will shine against the enemies who does a lot of buffing, so it can be really helpful. And he's gonna shine when he's gonna have a lot of curse energy, but there is a lot of ifs here, you know, that's the biggest problem. But at the end of the day, extremely good tank. Is he extremely broken? Like I said, not really. He has those certain things that should be improved so he can go in the SS tier, but currently now I definitely agree. We're now on the JP tier list, and here they're categorizing the characters in damage dealers, supporters, and tanks. And yeah, Miguel is the tank who deserves the S tier overall. Still, these tanks right here are much better. Saki Rindo, increase on Jujutsu, Taijutsu, deals damage, blah blah blah, more damage right here. Deals melee combined damage equal to Taijutsu, Jujutsu, AoE, fills own ultimate gauge. But this is where she actually shines in tank-wise perspective. At the start of the battle, grant survival status to self. This is something Miguel doesn't have. At the start of each turn, and if own HP is 60 or below, decreases own damage received by 10. Look, decrease own damage received by 50. Grants attack nullification to self. Like, you can clearly see why those tanks right here are just better. Okay, Miguel is missing those certain things. Like, for example, if he had revival, if he was attracting all enemies to himself, like that alone would make him so much better, Okay, this one, look, grants counter status to self, evades enemy attacks, increase own sword sheet count, attracts the selected enemy attack to self, counter status, increase own damage, increase own taijutsu damage, fills own ultimate skill gauge, increase own taijutsu, increase own sword count, sword count by 3. If sword count is at 1 or above, increase own damage. So these tanks not only will provide amazing tank capabilities, but as well will produce even bigger damage than Miguel, in my opinion. Look, when critical hit is performed, increase count by 2 at the start of each turn, and if counter status is applied to self, increase count by 1. Like, this is the unit that works around that sword sheet count. At the start of each turn, depending on own sword sheet count, apply the following effect. Decrease own taijutsu damage received, increase own break damage, increase own critical hit damage. Like, for a reason, these characters are on top of the tankers. But Miguel is really cool character, super fun to use, and at the end of the day, really valuable tank. But is he a must-have? Not really. You can do just fine without him. Okay, just so you know, this is important for the global future as well. So hopefully you did enjoy this video. Leave a like, subscribe, your opinions in the comment section below. And yeah, see you next one. Bye.